Ladies and gentlemen, this is Raph. So after a week of a ton of different leaks, actually 2 weeks of leaks and all kind of, information out there, we keep learning day by day a little bit more about the game, what's expected, what's coming, and what we should be getting excited for, I guess, and not getting excited for. I mean, it's going to be one of those things that is not going to please everybody, but I think from what the looks of what's so far been leaked, obviously you can't see it in this gameplay, it looking good. Now we know some devs, especially David Sirlin, had commented on some of these leaks saying that they are against it and those that broke the NDA will get quote unquote punished, I guess. In a way, I don't think that's going to happen. EA knows better than that. EA DICE, probably this was intended probably for them to do it. It's a marketing ploy, and it's not a bad thing. I actually like the fact that I could see what's coming, even because this week, what are we now, the 19th, and we haven't, at least I haven't been invited to any labs. So the rumor was that people were going to get this week, they were going to get invites on the 17th and 18th and have another playtest happening on the 17th based on a leaker, and it hasn't happened. But let's talk more about what's to expect with the next Battlefield. Obviously, I think the majority of people do believe that as far as these leaks, especially if you're a longtime fan, and even people like me who just got here, we like what we see. It is awesome. I think it's going to be great. But unfortunately, the fact is that EA, just like Activision, they're a bunch of scumbag moneymakers, or not. I'm not going to say developers. I'm going to say EA DICE, but those higher up the suits and ties, the guys that don't play any video games, they just want to make the money. And I get it. It's a business, but you have a community, and I think if you want to make more money, keep this community happy. You don't try to rip people off, if that makes any sense. Now, as you guys know, I've said several times, I own the Battlefield 3 game on my PC, but I can never get into a game for some reason. I don't know what it is. I can't get into a game. I don't know if they're not lobbies playing or whatnot, but I can get into Battlefield 4, and it's a lot of fun. It's still fun. I still enjoy Battlefield 4. I think Battlefield 4 is an awesome, great, and probably is between Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, the best Battlefield of all time. Just my humble opinion. I'm a Battlefield noob, but at the same time, it also has similarities to Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 2042, which it could be good and it could be bad. But as you know, what they said for the labs, they want to be able to pick the good things from old games and get away or throw away the bad things. But it's hard for EA DICE right now with the last several launches of Battlefield, and I think it pretty much started with Battlefield 5. Although it got better throughout the lifespan, unfortunately, again, the suits pushing for these guys to launch a game that's not ready. What we saw with Battlefield 5, definitely what we saw with Battlefield 2042. I've told you guys before I wanted that to be my focus on my channel, but it took almost a year and a half, 2 years before the game was actually playable, with all the bugs, all the issues, everything was wrong with the game. That's just aside from the normal complaints of people had that it really just veered off of what Battlefield is. So something that everybody keeps talking about and are happy about is the fact that you have the no-name soldiers coming back. No specialists, no skins, none of that stuff. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some skins, but they won't be like these name skins. They'll probably be male, female, hopefully, keep all the woke nonsense out. And the class system, and hopefully, although, this game is not finished yet, it's actually a work in progress. What we see so far, it's the Battlefield 3, 4 vibes, but it does bring a lot of things from Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 2042. Again, good things to have. So 4-man squads and the original classics is what we expect for the next one based on these leaks so far, which you all know is Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. And we'll have some perks here and there to, adjust to how your play style is. So you'll have different field, upgrades per se, based on how your team is doing. Similar to Battlefield 4, which, by the way, if you have not played it, you could probably get it on Steam right now, dirt cheap. So go ahead and do it. So pretty much how your squad's doing is how your field upgrade's gonna do. So the better they do, the better your field upgrade's gonna do. Although I did like the Battlefield 1 specialist or specialization type of upgrade. I thought that was fine. I thought Battlefield 1 was perfect, personally. That's just me. So it looks like with the assault perk, you'll have more grenades, reduce explosive damage, and quicker gadget reload. So engineers will probably be equipped with vehicle thermite drones, quicker reload, rocket reload, mark vehicles when they're hit so everybody can see it, and damage that will slow down vehicles, which is a plus, something that I haven't seen in Battlefield 2042. So the support players, of course, the healers, the medics, I guess they'll be medic. Faster gadget rearming, which is good. Drop heal healing crates for those out there, which also a plus. And the revives should be a lot faster. I think also included in that will be the person who is playing the medic perk, support, I guess, will be able to move players off the line of fire and onto a safe spot to revive them. So that's a good thing. The recon crew, you guys out there that love to sit way out where nobody can see you and camp the crap out of the game, you'll be able to do if you hit a player with a headshot, they won't be able to get revived. You'll be able to call in mortar strikes. So that's just more, in my opinion, promotion for you guys to continue to camp. Slow enemies down when hit in the chest and reduce weapon sway. So you'll probably be pinpoint accurate. Good for you campers out there. Good job. See, like I said, this game gives a little bit to everybody. So Assault looks like there's just going to be grunts, man. It's out there. Shoot, destroy, get them over with. So it looks like for the next one as well, as far as, I guess, factions that we'll have, we already mentioned NATO for sure, and we're not clear on what's going to happen next or who the other forces are going to be. I've mentioned before in other videos, I hope they have, because it seems like with Battlefield 2042 was Russia and the US, or Russia and, whatever, is some made up thing that somehow Russia's bad guy. Whatever. I mean, let's just say, let's separate them. Let's separate them. So some actually have seen, as far as uniform looks like, the British will be there, US will be there. So I think with that as well, we'll have the weapons that come with it, which I'm actually excited about. The cool thing with the next one as well, and we've seen with some of the leaks, is you'll see your squad when you boot up the game and what each one has selected for their, I guess, equipment to go into battle. The loadout and spawn screens also same as Battlefield 4, which I actually like. I like the fact that you can see that little map on the bottom left and see where you want to spawn in if you want to spawn in with one of your teammates or squad members. But you also get the 3D map, which is to say the return of the 3D map. I call it a mini map just from Call of Duty, but it's pretty cool regardless. I just like knowing where everybody's at. Makes it easier for me to turn around and or head in the direction of the enemy or head in the direction of my team. Someone also said that you cannot spawn on the vehicle, so I guess when you spawn as a player when the game starts, you have to run towards the vehicle. If the vehicle is available, then you get it, which is going to be interesting. I guess helicopters and tanks and other cars and whatnot will be okay. I wonder how the jets are going to do. Now, I'm not a vehicle person. I actually would love to learn how to use the helicopters and jets. I think they're so cool, and I think there's some skill to that. Obviously, tanks. Most of the tank players just sit in a corner and freaking blow people up. With the other vehicles, it's more of like trying to get to your area where you want to fight for that map. So that's my point of view on it, but we'll see how it's going to go on the next Battlefield. So as far as gameplay, the maps look pretty much similar to Battlefield 4. Very gritty, very war-torn areas. Hopefully there'll be some Levolution coming back. Doesn't look like that so far, but it looks like not like Battlefield 2042 where it was pristine, it was clean, and there was not a lot of destruction, which upset a lot of players. And when you play other Battlefields and you come to Battlefield 2042, you don't see that. It's so bad. It was so bad that even the devs had to remake a lot of the maps on Battlefield 2042. Apparently there are going to be some vehicle repairs throughout the map. You'll be able to hear a lot of chatter, probably on the radio, a lot of people talking back and forth, a lot of swearing. So you little kids, underage kids, cannot be playing this game. Yeah, right. In Battlefield 5, you were able to keep up with your ammo and all this good stuff on vehicles. So it looks like with the next Battlefield, it'll be the same way. You would have to go back and reload, not have unlimited ammo like in other Battlefields. So again, devs saying we're going to get the good stuff out. We're going to get rid of we're going to put the good stuff in the game. We're going to get the bad stuff out. The other thing that they mentioned the other day, and I don't know how I feel about it because I think Battlefield 4 did it, but you could pretty much jump on the tanks and ride on tanks. You probably ride on top of the tank and get to wherever you got to go, or other vehicles. So that if there's only 4 seats, it won't matter. You just hop on and go, and probably a little bit more realistic, I guess, really, sort of, maybe, I don't know, but it's going to be an option in this game. But again, with the fact that now the vehicles have to go somewhere else and reload, re-equip, re-engage. You just can't sit in a flag and just start blowing people up as they come towards the flag, because you will run out of ammo if you don't have the exact amount of ammo. That's one thing that I actually like. I enjoy it because some of you tank operators get on my nerves. So far what we've seen with the leaks, it looks like the weapons will have their own recoil, which is something they started in Battlefield 2042. They talked about trying to adjust the recoil. Each weapon have a different recoil in it, which is fine. The movement, it's looking more like Battlefield 5. However, nobody's been able to confirm or see anybody doing the attack sprint. It doesn't look like it's in the game, at least from what the previews show us. But I actually like the attack sprint. I hope it does come back, but I don't know. Again, I haven't been invited to the labs to leave my feedback on movement, but I guess whenever I get that chance, I will. I like the attack sprint because, I know they mentioned the dolphin dive and people, well, that's Call of Duty-ish. Not really. I mean, when you're in a game like this where the maps are huge and you have tanks and helicopters going at you, attack sprint helps out because you move quicker. And if you have a dolphin dive instead of the slide cancel and all that nonsense that Warzone has, if you dolphin dive, at least you could jump off, into cover and off the sights of these vehicles. You'll have some of the lean mechanics leaning over. I wish they would do like they did in World War III and like Rainbow Six Siege gives you the option to lean to the side. I know some people abuse that and you look silly doing it, but something like that. I think Black Ops 6 has it where you're moving. Obviously, Black Ops 6 copied that from Battlefield, but be able to move. So it looks like it's coming back. Right? It's been in previous Battlefield games where you're around the corner. You don't necessarily have to be in the open. You can stand behind cover and lean over and kind of shoot. I just wish it was more like a Rainbow Six Siege type of thing. So it looks like one thing that some have complained, some like your screen whenever you make your kills, stuff start popping up all over the place, sometimes obstructing the view and honestly probably making it worse, because if you have an enemy, all that distraction and you're able to see an enemy on the left corner, people like me who are blind and old will probably not enjoy this. So hopefully they'll tweak it to where I like the ribbons. I do like how the ribbons pop up saying you got this ribbon. That's cool. But the rest of the stuff is more like modern game, like, wow, look at you, good job, you made 1 kill, died 10 times, whatever. So you'll be able to skip as well, whether you're revive. For those of you that like to sit there for a while and then wait for the medic to click close to you to hit the button and not to get revived, stop being an asshole. Also, when you get killed, the kill cam, I guess their version of the kill cam, instead of zooming into the guy who just killed you, at least it'll be of a distance saying, hey, this is the guy that got you, how you got. Kind of looks more like also with the when you get shot or you go down, you stay on the first person shooter screen as well. And also if one of your friends go down, you're able to revive in first person shooter. I know in previous games, Battlefield games, just like a lot of Activision games, they're looking for that third person mode because they like that sale of the skin doing whatever, promoting that kind of stuff for more microtransactions. It'll look like this one here, based on what the feedback in previous games. I guess that's what they're going for, which is cool. I like it. So some of the legacy features that for some reason made absolutely no sense to me when Battlefield 2042 came out. The all chat wasn't there and the scoreboard wasn't there. It's gonna be on this game, which was stupid to me. That whole, I don't want them to feel hurt. If you're playing this game, you better get ready to trash talk, buddy. And if you can't take it, if you can't cook, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's all I feel about that one. Show me my scoreboard. I suck. If I'm killing it, I'm gonna be talking some smack. Also with the player servers, I don't think there's been any mention, but right now you can still find games. Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. There's still servers out there, community servers that people go to when, like myself, I play on a lot of those community servers for Battlefield 4. They're not around for other Battlefield, but I think my fear is that they're going to go with the skill-based matchmaking nonsense that Call of Duty does, and that's the reason why they didn't do it in Battlefield 2042, was to start heading that way, more of that skill-based matchmaking, optimized matchmaking, all that nonsense to just drain the player. So I hope that's not the case. I hope they do bring community servers. I hope they keep skill-based matchmaking out of this game. My fear is that as much as I like Vince Zampella, much as I think Vince Zampella was the master of Call of Duty, he did a great job with Apex Legends. However, Apex Legends, my turn off on Apex Legends, number one, was the whole woke bullshit. Number two, the skill-based matchmaking. And I hope he doesn't bring that to this game. So it looks, and I think I had mentioned this before, a lot of the players are highlighted green. Your squad members are highlighted green. That's only the little bit that we saw. Well, a little bit that I saw was you can see them in front of you, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those things you can see through walls, because right now it aggravates me to see that and have, say, an enemy player in front of me and my teammate highlighting the whole thing. So if I have an enemy player in front of me and it's not highlighted in red, then I'm going to get smoked, and that's probably going to be a problem in my opinion. Again, I have not played the game. I have not tested the alpha build, but but that's just my take on that one. So overall, with everything we've seen so far, we could probably assume that they're heading in the right direction. They are doing and listening to what made Battlefield great, and they're focusing more on fine-tuning things by having community, the labs, the Battlefield labs, and getting some community feedback. The problem will lie, or it's going to work only if they actually listen, and only if EA Dice Suits and Ties allow Vince Zampella and his team to do their thing. If they get involved where they want to be money hungry and just copy what Activision's been doing for many years and forgetting about the player base, then they're going to fail, period. If they let Vince Zampella and the devs do their thing, I think it'll be a successful game. I think at this point right now, based on these leaks, a lot of people are hyped. A lot of people are hyped. And if you're watching this game, I'm sure you're hyped as well. So that's just my take on the thing. I think there's a good possibility that the next Battlefield is going to be great. However, the fact that EA is behind it and they have not had a good track record in the last few years, that might get ruined. But let's see how it goes. Let me hear what you got to say. I'll talk to you guys later.